Yo, sorry for the late start. I'll be with y'all in just a moment. Just working out some kinks here on the back end. Please bear with me one moment. Be right with you. Well, well. Look What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to News World with Fredo Fonzarelli. I am your host, Fredo Fonzarelli. I felt like we needed a change of pace on the channel, you know what I mean? Bring a bit more culture, a little bit more information to my brothers. And I got some damn juicy stories for y'all today, man. I want this to be a format that I do where every morning whenever I get off work, most people are going in. I got time. I can just go through some news stories that I read while I'm at work and pick y'all's mind about it, see what y'all think as well. And we can all stay informed, all stay up on current events. I want this to be a regular thing along with, cooking and fitness and gaming, so we can, stay cultured, stay well-rounded here on the Fredo Fonzarelli channel. You know what I'm saying? What do you say? We got Ninja in the chat. We got some more people, but Ninja's the only one that's chatting. Good morning, everybody. How y'all feeling? Hold on. Let me turn this fucking autofocus off, man. And if y'all want to join the Discord, link is in the description. If there's any news stories that y'all want to hear me talk about, don't be scared to shoot them my way. Turn that autofocus off and we in the game, buds. We are in the game. First story comes from Daily Mail. It's going to be my new trusted news source. What do you mean, brother? I'm going to be a reporter. I'm going to be on the ground here soon. I'm off with the camera at the riots and shit, bro. It's going to be lit. But our first story comes from Daily Mail. CNN will axe top stars in layoffs that'll see hundreds fired as ratings continue to tank. And what do you say? Play stupid games, win stupid fucking prizes, bro. You can't be disseminating fake information, calling yourself a news source, and then expect it to go well. You know what I'm saying? I wonder why your ratings is dropping. I mean, besides, the whole world is moving to their own media. You hear it talked about everybody has their own culture. There isn't a homogenized culture anymore because everybody's tapped into a very niche sphere, if you would. Like they've got their favorite YouTube creators. You got so many streaming sites like Netflix, Hulu. You know what I mean? Nobody's on the same wavelength anymore. It used to be everybody used to sit on the couch and watch CNN. You know what I mean? It's not like that anymore. But let's see what they're talking about. CNN is planning to wield the axe on some of its high-paid staff after dismissal, after dismal election ratings that cap off a disastrous period for the cable news network. According to an explosive new report from Puck. Who is Puck? Is that a reporter or is that a website? Network executives will unleash sweeping layoffs in a bid to save the network's flailing reputation. It comes after the departure of stalwart Chris Wallace, and amid reports senior stars like Wolf Blitzer and Jake Tapper have both been denied raises. I wonder, oh yeah, that's probably is why Chris Wallace left, because they wasn't trying to give him some more money, you know what I mean? Ninja says, mainstream news sucks and other independent news is boring, laugh out loud, so looks like this will be the one I'll watch. Shit, I'm here for you, brother. This is really just a test run because my work hours are fucked right now. My son's at his grandma's. That's the only reason I can do this. With my schedule is how it is, I can only get like 3-4 hours of sleep max out of the day. But I got the whole day to myself now, so I'm straight. But once my hours shift back to normal, I want to make this a regular Monday through Friday installment. You feel me? But yeah, Chris Wallace left a couple days ago from CNN. And it might have been, he probably had some information, you know what I mean, that we weren't privy to. And him not getting more money probably had something to do with it. Let's see. There's no mention of who may be on the chopping block. The highest paid stars include Anderson Cooper, who rakes in $20 million a year, Aaron Burnett $6 million, and rising star Caitlin Collins $3 million. I wonder if this is them individually, like if that's going to their own purse or if that's for the company. I'm sure it's for the company. In the next few months, I'm told CNN will implement another round of layoffs that will impact hundreds of employees across the organization. Reporter Dylan Byers wrote Friday, referencing CNN's recent 100-person layoffs seen over the summer. The fresh round of firings, the insiders said, will be more geared toward the production side of things. Oh, that's fucked up. So they're gonna get all the cameramen and all the sound engineers and shit. As a result, reporters and correspondents will be required to cover their slack, they said, describing how on-air workers will be asked to assume more of the responsibilities once handled by teams of producers and production assistants. Boy, so you're gonna have Anderson Cooper over there fucking setting up boom mics, fucking wiping down camera lenses and shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit is about to be crazy. Fucking ass, bro. Come on. Byers wrote, redundant assignments will be nixed and various divisions will be reduced or even eliminated. Why have the redundant assignments in the first place? Some of the on-air talent are also likely to be affected. Man. So this is a bit of a foreshadow, but somebody just pulled up. Brian Stelter was recently rehired at CNN. I guarantee you he's probably going to be one of the first to be backfired, bro. On the chopping block, bro. Let's see. Sources who spoke to the reporter who worked at CNN for 3 years before founding Puck. Sources who spoke to the reporter who worked at CNN for 3 years. So it was multiple sources and then they founded Puck. So what is Puck? Added how the looming layoffs are part of an overarching plan. One that puts a premium on the station's digital platforms. The man behind it, they said, is none other than the new CEO, Mark Thompson, the former New York Times boss brought in to overhaul the network under its Warner Bros. Discovery parent. The old BBC boss filled the position left by then languishing leader Chris Licht this past August, and since then, ratings have fallen more than 20%. I wonder why that is. Mark Thompson must be super woke or some shit. Jesus, how long is this article? Got me reading whole books every single day, bro. My vocabulary is about to be impeccable. Impeccable. Let me wet the old whistle. Under Licht, a tenure that lasted a little over a year, the station fell from being the most watched cable news network on election nights to one of the least. In 2016, when it was headed by since ousted leader Jeff Zucker, it was one of the most watched network overall. A distinction that's now held by Fox News. In 2016, it was because it was all Trump all the time. That's all they played. That's why they was getting all their ratings. At the time, CNN had an average 13.3 million viewers in primetime. Today, it's only around 800,000. See, in 2016, it should have been called TNN, not even CNN. It should have been called Trump News Network, because that's all they was talking about. Right-leaning Fox hosts like Laura Ingraham, Jesse Waters, Sean Hannity, and Greg Gutfeld, meanwhile, are averaging 2.8 million viewers in the same time slots, the most in a field that's currently being affected by streaming and other forms of media. Adding insult to injury was CNN's struggles on Election Day, a day that 8 years ago would have seen it score a decisive ratings victory. However, following a Trump presidency and a term from the Biden administration, it lost to MSNBC in terms of ratings, something never seen before, as it only drew in 5.1 million of sets of eyes that night. Bro, I bet you Crowder even got more than that. Bro, I bet you Tim Pool got even more than that. Bro, Destiny had 500,000 in his chat, bro. Come on. MSNBC, meanwhile, raked in 6 million. A number eclipsed almost twofold by Fox News' 10.3 million. The numbers aired this week in the form of Nielsen statistics appeared to show a shifting field when it comes to cable news, one seemingly set to continue with Trump's second term in office. oh yeah, it's gonna go way down. Unless they change their tune, unless they change their story and like objectively like really start covering news, it's all bad for these folks. To combat this, CNN plans to create new positions that will serve as Thompson's new digital first vision. The unnamed insiders told buyers, with one source positing how the incoming changes may even yield a net gain of employees. How are you going to yield a net gain of employees by laying them off? I don't understand. Still, if the insiders' warning prove true, hundreds of others will lose their positions, the sources said, describing to buyers a climate at the outfit's Manhattan office rife with stress and high anxiety. The firings are set to come within the next few months, they said, not offering any more detail. Who will be affected remains to be seen. It was revealed Monday that longtime host Chris Wallace would not have his $8.5 million a year contract renewed. Oh, so CNN decided not to renew the contract. I wonder if that was mutual or if that was just a one-sided deal. With the 77-year-old, damn, bro, old as hell. He must love his job, bro. With the 77-year-old confirming the development in an interview with the Daily Beast as he pondered a full-time podcasting career, bro. Bro loves his fucking job, bro. He wants to deliver that fucking news, bro. I'll tell you what, 77 years old, he didn't get his contract renewed. He's like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna go to YouTube, bro. Find me on Rumble, nigga. Shit. Now it's just flat out over for him. Laugh out loud. They lose the social media. We're just watching them all trickle out of relevance as the older folks who still watch it die off. That's kind of big facts, bro. That's huge facts. Sorry, man. I've been up all night, bro. I'm fucking back hurting and shit. Fucking, but I seen something on Twitter, and it was like old ladies who they really weren't in touch because like they were just brainwashed by CNN, and like I don't know, bro, like that's all she watched, and she was sitting there talking about it and then talking about like cutting off her family and shit, and like she was talking about, you know, the news said, and it's crazy, it's fucked off. Anyways, days earlier, the Ankler had reported that Tapper and Blitzer were denied raises and that officials were mulling a pay cut for Wallace. The newsletter also revealed how Tapper was instead resigned to a 3-year contract, one that would see him paid. That was a typo on their part. See him paid the same $7 million annually that he had earned in years past. So Jake Tapper is resigned to a 3-year contract for $21 million. So was he paid more than that? Is that why he's mad? Not sure. The next I got this post. It's an X post from Western Linsman. I don't know who this is, but I guess he's seen the news article from Daily Wire, and he says, as ratings crater, CNN is set to axe top stars and layoffs that will see hundreds fired, blah, blah, blah. The headline. Here's Brian Stelter to Abby Phillip explain to viewers that tanking public trust in media isn't the fault of the media, even though they lie to you all the time. It's the fault of American believing lies about the media. The liars lecturing about lies. Big facts. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and... Sorry, I'm on a fucking potato ass internet. Go ahead and like that. And let's see what he's talking about.
It's not just the media's fault that trust has been declining for decades. It's also decades of attacks by politicians.
That is the main issue, is that, like, I mean, yeah, it could be that the Washington Post is endorsing candidates, or it could...
What happened? Let's start it over.
But I want to recognize that for all the flaws of the mainstream media, and we have a lot of them, it's not just the media's fault that trust has been declining for decades. It's also decades of attacks by politicians.
That is the main issue, is that, like, I mean, yeah.
It's a direct shot to Donald Trump. It's fake news.
That there are millions of voters who believe lying politicians who tell them lies, knowing that they are. I mean, that could be the problem too.
But
I mean, you can see why people don't watch this shit. She didn't even say shit. That was a bunch of word salad. Fucking, this is a bunch of lying people listening to liars telling lies. That's it. It's just lies. We're not lying. They're lying. They're the fucking liars. We'll never lie to you. You can trust us. Trust us. All right. All right. All right. Next on the chopping block, we got Elizabeth Warren. It seems that they... Oh shit, what happened? My opera crashed, boys. It's fucking bugged. It's fucking bugged, boys. It's supposed to be the best browser on the net. For shame. For shame. So Miss Warren, I think she's the one that was talking about she was Native American. White as the driven snow. I thought she was Republican at one point, but I can get this shit loaded. It'd be lovely. Lovely to show my viewers the news that they came for. Oh, boom. So Donald Trump, this is what Elizabeth Warren is saying. They're trying to set booby traps for my boy Trump. And I'm going to show you how it looks. Donald Trump and his transition team are already breaking the law. I would know this because I wrote the law. Remember this. Remember this, because we're going to read the law. We're going to read the law. Remember this. Incoming presidents are required to prevent conflicts of interest and sign an ethics agreement. Where is this law at? Because I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know where this law is. Is this true? This is what illegal corruption looks like. And then she leaks an article from CNN, which we're going to take a look at. Trump still hasn't signed ethics agreement required for presidential transition. And I went ahead and I looked up like what all goes into a presidential transition, and I probably should have pulled that up. I don't know if more tabs would have been good with this fucking internet, but so the GSA or something like that, I think it's the GSA. They like facilitate a lot of things like getting clearances for the new cabinet members and giving relevant information to the relevant parties to make sure like it all runs smoothly, like opening office, giving office space to like Trump's people, and Trump's people allowing Kamala's people or Biden's people office space after he's put in, and blah, 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 blah. But nowhere in anything that I read did I see anything about a requirement to sign an ethics agreement. There was things about, agreements needed to be signed and things needed to be done on a timely manner to ensure like a timely transition. And it's like imperative for like the security of our nation or whatever. But I didn't see anything about a law impelling Trump to sign an ethics agreement. But let's read this here. From CNN. President-elect Donald Trump has not yet submitted a series of transition agreements with the Biden administration, in part because of concerns over the mandatory ethics pledge vowing to avoid conflicts of interest once sworn into office, CNN has learned. As President Trump repeatedly comes under fire from ethics groups for potential conflicts of interest relating to his businesses and brands, both Trump's and his family foreign business ties have also come under intense scrutiny throughout his time in office and on the campaign trail. Trump and his transition team are already behind in accessing key transition briefings from the Biden administration, as they have failed to sign a pair of agreements to unlock critical information before taking over the federal government in 72 days. And I haven't found this pair of agreements, right? So I found the one that they're referencing, but I haven't found a pair of agreements. The holdup revolves in part around the mandatory agreement over ethics issues. This is the one that I have, the mandatory agreement over ethics issues. Because this mandatory agreement, once we look at it, it was put into place in 2020, Biden's first day of office. And that's why I say that they're setting booby traps. Like somewhere in there, like in some of the language, I think that there's something that'll like try to derail Trump's presidency, like first day of office. Like it's just a no-go. You can't, because you signed this, you can't do it, like type shit. But we'll take a look at it here in a minute. Hold on. A source familiar with the process acknowledged that details are still being worked out with the Biden administration regarding the ethics agreement, which is required by law under the Presidential Transition Act. I think that's what I was reading, yeah. And which, Presidential Transition Act, that must have been put into law in 2020, yeah. And which applies to all members of the transition team. Updates to that bill requiring the ethics pledge were introduced by Trump ally Senator Ron Johnson, a Wisconsin Republican, and signed into law by Trump himself in March 2020. The source would not expand further on the Trump team's concern over the ethics pledge. Trump's most recent financial disclosures as a candidate showed that he has continued to make millions off his properties, books, and licensing deals. He and his family recently launched a new cryptocurrency business, which he never signed the pledge. The pledge was made in 2020. He wasn't president after that. I don't understand. A sizable share of his net worth, meanwhile, is tied to bro. And that's the thing. They're talking about it's a conflict of interest to like want to make books from your like connections and shit. Like with like book deals is literally in the ethics agreement. And I just seen the X post where they're talking about Kamala was talking about she's looking forward to like a life of book deals and like chilling and shit. Like she can make money, but Trump can't. Like, what are y'all talking about, bro? A sizable share of his net worth, meanwhile, is tied to publicly traded parent company of Truth Social. Well, that might be a conflict of interest there. The conservative social media network. Trump is the dominant shareholder and said Friday that he has no intention of selling his 114.75 million shares worth about 3.7 billion. I don't think it's a share to have, I don't know. It might be a conflict of interest if you're a majority shareholder. Maybe even if you have a lot of shares, it could be, that's a social media network. It's disseminating information. It's like, I don't know. I'm sure Kamala has shares in like CNN, MSNBC and shit. Maybe something to be looked into. The Trump team ignored a pair of key pre-election deadlines to unlock transition activities, with the Biden administration's General Services Administration and the White House experts are sounding the alarms about impacts to day one national security preparedness. The GSA agreement, due September 1st, gives Trump's team access to office space and secure communications, among other provisions, and the White House agreement, due October 1st, serves as the gatekeeper for access to agencies. They're just talking about what I was talking about earlier, blah, blah, blah. The Trump advisor told CNN the president, here it is. The ethics agreement was also due by October 1st. The Trump advisor told CNN the president-elect intends to sign the ethics pledge, but said the transition team's main priority is selecting and vetting candidates for top cabinet roles. Big facts. It is unclear when Trump will sign the pledge. The advisor played down the skip deadline, saying it is not at all a concern. But nonpartisan watchdogs and Democrats have warned that the failure to sign those agreements could pose a risk to national security. Trump's team could have begun receiving briefings from federal agencies as early as Thursday had it signed the agreements, according to Valerie Smith Boyd, director of the Center for Presidential Transition at the nonprofit Nonpartisan Partnership for Public Service. Boyd estimated that hundreds of Trump officials involved in the transition will need background checks to receive classified briefings. so they can't get that without signing the ethics agreement. Max Stier, the Partnership for Public Services president and CEO, warned of severe consequences if Trump transitions continues to fail to engage with President Joe Biden's team. Is it possible to just walk past all this? And the answer is that it is possible. And we're watching it happen. But the consequences are severe. It would not be possible to be ready to govern on day one without engaging in interactions with agencies about the state of play within the federal government and the world writ large, Stier said. Transition, he added, is a point of maximum vulnerability for U.S. security. Wonder why that is. 1963. Says nothing about the ethics, if I'm not mistaken. It talks more about national secrets, finances, and security. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's breaking the law to not sign the ethics agreement unless it's a law that's like just recently passed. You know what I mean? Just recently written. You know what I'm talking about? Where are we at? Yeah, point of max. I can see how it's a point of maximum vulnerability. All that clearances and information changes hands and people leaving and going, and it can be a kerfuffle, man. A new team coming in walks in with the responsibility of taking over the most complex operation on the planet, and maybe the world. In order to do that effectively, they absolutely need to have done a lot of paperwork, Stier said. If Trump is inaugurated in January without having participated in these activities, Stier warned, he can't be ready to take over our government in a way that is safe for all of us. It is simply not possible. You will not have the larger team around him that is essential to running our government up to speed and available to enter into the leadership positions across our government. White House Chief of Staff Jeff Zients reached out to the heads of the Trump transition effort Wednesday to stress the Biden administration's commitment to lead an orderly transition process and to highlight the necessary agreements needed to move forward, a White House official told CNN. I don't think those agreements are needed to move forward, and we'll take a look at them here in a minute. Today, Chief of Staff Jeff Zients reached out to Trump Vance transition co-chairs Howard Lutnick and Linda McMahon to make clear our intention to lead an orderly transition and to reiterate the role the agreements play in initiating transition activities, the official said Wednesday. Representative Jamie Raskin, a Maryland Democrat and ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, warned in a letter to Trump in the weeks before the election that ignoring transition deadlines departs from well-established norms of federal government and demonstrate a spectacular disregard for the successful continuation of the essential institutions of American democratic government. I mean, bro, you just signed this law 4 years ago. So how the fuck is it so essential to security in the American democratic government? Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Says, it's coercion. Sign this paper that says you'll do what we say or you can't be president. Exactly, Ninja. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing, bro? So crazy. They're really just trying to fucking twist his arm right now. Raskin said that without the memoranda in place, the transfer of power is endangered and could threaten our national security. That has been the problem in the past. In 2000, as the Supreme Court awaited a recount in Florida, neither George W. Bush's nor Al Gore's teams were participating in a transition, something the 9/11 Commission report found was a contributing factor to the September 11th, 2001 terror attacks. Supreme Court awaited a recount in Florida. Oh, neither one was participating in a transition. Maybe I need to read that 9/11 Commission report. Oh yeah, so we got another read, baby. I think this is the thing. This can't be the law. Hold on. Let me see here. Law to sign ethics agreement. This is all the same shit. Senator Warren accuses Trump of breaking the law. I wonder if it cites the actual law she accuses him of breaking, though. I would know. I wrote the law. Well, where's the fucking law, bro? Where is the law? October 1st, blah, blah. Yeah, I can't find the law. Alright, let's read this ethics agreement right here. Executive order on ethics commitments by executive branch personnel. So this is by the president's office. By the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, including Section 301 of Title III United States Code and Sections 3301 and 7301 of Title V, blah, 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 blah. Sections 1, Ethics Pledge. Every appointee in every executive agency appointed on or after January 20th, 2021 shall sign, and upon signing shall be contractually committed to the following pledge upon becoming appointee. You know what I mean? They have definitions down here too. Appointee shall include every full-time non-career presidential or vice presidential appointee, non-career appointee, and the senior executive, blah, 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 an appointee to a position that has been accepted from the competitive service by reason of being of a confidential or competitive service or policy-making character in an executive agency. So that would include the president, I assume. It does not include any person appointed as a member of the senior foreign service or solely as a uniformed service commissioned officer. Yeah, so I think that does include the president. Executive agencies shall include each executive agency as defined by Section 105, Title V of the United States Code, not going to read it, and shall include the executive office of the president provided. However, that executive agency shall include the United States Postal Service, Postal Regulatory Commission, but shall exclude the Government Accountability Office, blah, blah, blah. So, president. Every appointee in every executive agency blah, 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 blah. I recognize that this pledge is a part of a broader ethics and government plan designed to restore and maintain public trust in government, and I commit myself to conduct consistent with that plan. I commit, what is the plan though? What is the plan? Because if this pledge is a part of the plan, what is the plan? I commit to decision-making on the merits and exclusively in the public interest without regard to private gain or decision-making on the merits and exclusively in the public interest without regard to private gain or personal benefit. That sounds good. I commit to conduct that upholds the independence of law enforcement. Independence of law enforcement. What does that mean? And precludes improper interference with investigative or prosecutorial decisions of the Department of Justice. Yikers, big yikes. Bro, can y'all not see my screen right now? Have you just been listening to me read, bro? That's crazy. Fredo Fonzarelli News. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, they're just trying to rewrite the rule book in ways that didn't suit them and not their opposition. Man, my bad, fellas. I didn't even have the screen cap on, man. Next time, just tell me, man. Fucking L Fredo. L's in the chat for Fredo. I'll even put one, man. Big fat fucking L. Fredo. You know what I'm saying? Fucking up. But yeah. So, yeah. They just said what I highlighted here was I commit to conduct that that's why they said independence of law enforcement and precludes improper improper interference with investigative or prosecutorial decisions of the Department of Justice. And I understand it sounds good on the surface. It sounds so good on the surface, but the Department of Justice isn't very friendly with old Trumpster. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, they seem to be a little bit biased there. Got a little chip on their shoulder for your boy. For your boy. I commit to ethical choices of post-government employment that do not raise the appearance that I have used my government service for private gain, including by using confidential information acquired in relationships established for the benefit of future clients. So like you can't through anybody you've met through the presidency, you can't like go to a business venture with them. I really don't understand. Accordingly, as a condition and in consideration of my employment in the United States government in a position invested with the public trust, I commit myself to the following obligations, which I understand are binding on me and are enforceable under law. Number 1, lobbyist gift ban. I will not accept gifts from registered lobbyists or lobbying organizations for the duration of my service as an appointee. That's fine. That's fine. I don't see why that would be a problem at all. Number 2, revolving door ban. All appointees entering government. I will not, for a period of 2 years from the date of my appointment, participate in any particular matter involving specific parties that is directly and substantially related to my former employer or former clients, including regulations and contracts. Participate in any particular matter involving specific parties. Oh, so it has to be a particular matter and specific parties. My former employer or former clients. Doesn't Trump do a lot of like business in the Middle East? You know what I mean? What if he has to mess with like oil or something? Take so many L's doing history stuff, man. I believe it, bro. Like whenever my opera crashed, I forgot to make my fucking screen cap grab it again. But the only way I could see this being a problem is, you know what I'm saying, if Trump's businesses did like business with people in the Middle East, and there's like something going on that involves those businesses, the chief of staff, you know what I mean, the head of state, you know what I mean, has to be involved with that. Right? Is that not right? Revolving door ban. Lobbyists and registered agents entering government. If I was registered under the Lobbying Disclosure Act 2 USC 1601 et sec, or the Foreign Agents Registration Act, or FARA 22 USC 611 et sec, within the 2 years before the date of my appointment, in addition to abiding by the limitations of paragraph 2, I will not, for a period of 2 years after the date of my appointment, participate in any particular matter on which I lobbied or engaged in registrable activity under FARA within the 2 years before the date of my appointment. Lobbyists and registered agents entering government. So if you're a lobbyist and you get like appointed a position or like hired on, okay. But if you're a part of FARA, why would you be hired on under there? I don't understand. Participate in the specific issue area in which that particular matter falls, or seek or accept employment with any executive agency with respect to which I lobbied or engaged in registrable activity under FARA within the 2 years before the date of my appointment. I don't see any problems with any of that. I mean, if it's foreign agents, you know what I'm saying, can't be fucking around with shit you trying to fuck around with, man. Gotta need to know basis type shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep some shit behind closed doors, nigga. But calm down. Don't look in there, man. I get your eyes snatched, boy. You know what I'm saying? Number 4, revolving door ban. Appointees leaving government. If upon my departure from the government, I am covered by the post-employment restrictions on communicating with employees of my former executive agency set forth in Section 207 of the Title 18 United States Code and its implementing regulations, I agree that I will abide by those restrictions for a period of 2 years following the end of my appointment, and I will abide by these same restrictions with respect to communicating with senior White House staff. Upon my departure from government, I am covered by the post-employment restrictions on communicating with employees. I feel like that's directed directly at Trump. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a direct shot in the dark, man. Number 5, revolving door ban. Senior and very senior appointees leaving government. If upon my departure from government, I am covered by post-employment restrictions set forth in sections 207C or 207D of Title 18 United States Code, and those sections implementing regulations, I agree that in addition, for a period of 1 year following the end of my appointment, I will not materially assist others in making communications or appearances that I am prohibited from undertaking myself by holding myself out as being available to engage in lobbying activities in support of any such communications or appearances, or B, engaging in any such lobbying activities. Senior and various upon my departure from government. So he can't, for a year after he's a president, he can't speak publicly, bro. He can't, like, you know what I'm saying, have no rallies. I don't understand. Have his people have rallies? His people can't even have rallies. You know what I mean? It says, I will not materially assist others in making communications or appearances. Like, bro, I can't even hook up Charlie Kirk with Donald Trump Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Y'all crazy as fuck. Revolving door ban. Appointees leaving government to lobby. In addition to abiding by the limitations of paragraph 14 or paragraph 4, I apologize. I also agree upon leaving government service not to lobby any covered executive branch, official or non-career senior executive service appointee, or engage in any activity on behalf of any foreign government or foreign political party, which were it undertaken on January 20th, 2021, would require that I register under FARA for the remainder of the administration or 2 years following the end of my appointment, whichever is later. Okay. That doesn't fall under Trump, I don't believe. The golden parachute ban. Number 7. I have not accepted and will not accept, including after entering government, any salary or other cash payments from my former employer, the eligibility for and payments of which is limited to individuals accepting a position in the United States government. I also have not accepted and will not accept any non-cash benefit from my former employer that is provided in lieu of such a prohibited cash payment. These motherfuckers trying to get motherfuckers caught up, bro. That's crazy. He's trying to get Trump's people with that. Like, Trump can't even pay his people. What if he wants to keep them on for a different position, bro? It's crazy as fuck. Employment qualification commitment. I agree that any hiring or other employment decisions that I make will be based on the candidate's qualifications, competence, and experience. Nigga, what? I feel like that meme that y'all know what I'm talking about, that is Jerry from Tom and Jerry, the little mouse, and he's like, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, what? Ain't y'all the DEI fucking enforcers, bro? What the fuck are y'all talking about, man? Like, what are we really talking about here? Just throw that whole shit in the garbage. Y'all sound dumb as fuck, bro. It's so crazy. Assent to enforcement. I acknowledge that the executive order entitled Ethics Commitments by Executive Branch Personnel issued by the President on January 20, 2021, which I have read before signing this document, defines certain of the terms applicable to the foregoing obligations and sets forth the method of enforcing them. The methods for enforcing them. Where is the methods for enforcing them? And where is the overarching plan that this is a part of, is what I want to know. I expressly accept the provisions of that executive order as a part of this agreement and as a binding on me. I understand that the terms of this pledge are in addition to any statutory or other legal restrictions applicable to me by virtue of federal government service. We're not going to read all the definitions, but this is a booby trap. This is a bomb. They set it in place. They knew what the fuck they were doing. Joseph Robin Biden Jr., the White House on January 20th, 2021. Fucking shit show. Look. What the fuck? January 20. I could have shown you down there, but I wanted to show you up here too. January 20th, 2021, first day of fucking office. Joe Biden signs this shit. You see this shit? You see this shit? But now, it's about to get fun, boys. It's about to get fun. Because we're about to learn about the 4B movement. I'm sure y'all seen this shit on X. Bitches shaving their hair. Hoes going no-go on the pogo. You know what I'm saying? They're not sick for the dick no more. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to find out why. But just a moment. Because I'm going to take a piss. I'm going to take a break. Rest my vocal cords. Grab a beer. Wind it down. Because I'm about to go to sleep after this. I got work in a couple hours, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to wind it down. And, yeah. Thanks for rocking with me. Stay here. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, fellas. Yeah, buddy. Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, wherever you're at. Thank you for being here with me. You know what I mean? It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure, man. Doing this shit for y'all, man. We do it for the cause, man. Gotta stay informed. And now, to the fun part of the show. I plan on doing this shit in 2 minutes. It's 4:20. Oh, are you ready? I can be ready. 2 minutes is 9:18. Okay, I'm ready. All right, look, Ninja, look. I plan on doing this show in a suit. I'm gonna have a green screen behind me, and I'm gonna actually like do it like the news. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna cut up just like I am now, like give my opinion on the news and everything and just read it just like I am. I'm just gonna do it in a suit. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Think that shit'll be dope? I think that shit'll be hard, bro. I think that shit'll be hard. I think it'll be fucking cold, brother. And then whenever I come back from the back screen, I'm gonna be sitting there. I'm like, welcome back to World News with Fredo Fonzarelli. I'm your host, Fredo Fonzarelli. You know what I mean? That shit gonna be cold, bro. I'm about to hit him with it, bro. I'm about to be as big as Tim Pool in this motherfucker. Giving the news. Giving them what they need. So I plan on doing like 9:20. Light them up. So I plan on doing like a overall lifestyle channel. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have a lot of shit, like a variety of shit. Like I want to do. Like I want my main content to be gaming because that's whenever I'm off and I could chill. I can spend a lot of time on it and shit like that. But I also want to do like workout videos in the morning. You know what I mean? It's game time, baby. Oh god. But yeah, fuck, I want to do fitness content, like an hour, maybe 2 workout video in the morning, just whatever workout I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? But I want to do it progressively so I could put it in a playlist and like have it to where you can go like from beginner to intermediate to advanced and like really give motherfuckers like a guide, like a roadmap to like really getting fit, because I can get you results in 3 months, and if you give me a year, I can get you looking like an action figure, bro. Real talk. Now I want to do like recipes, like meal preps and fucking healthy foods and shit like that. Now I also want to do this thing where I cook RPG meals like the food on Final Fantasy and shit like that, and what is that? Tales of Symphonia, and like any game that you can cook in, Breath of the Wild, and then like dress up, you know what I'm saying, and go to like a setting that looks like that, and just like bring some cooking tools like they would use in the game and whip it up, bro. Oh god. And then like fucking review movies and shit. Just like an overall culture and lifestyle channel, bro. Straight up. The Napoleon syndrome. What is that? What is the Napoleon syndrome? Mongolian invasion of Tsushima. Okay, hell yeah. It's lit. And I feel that like gaming can be like it can be like my chill stream, and I can game and stream at the same time. Like anytime I got time to game, I can just toss the stream on and get down. But I'm glad that they have a dark fucking setting on here. Enough jibber jabbering. Oh, time to get into it, man. What are these crazy women talking about? What are they talking about? The 4B movement, where did that come from? Let's find out. The 4B, or 4 No's, is a radical feminist movement that emerged in South Korea during the mid to late 2010s on Twitter and on the website WOMAD. Hold on, bro. WOMAD is an online community of women based in South Korea. It was founded in 2016 after a split from Megalia, another radical feminist online community. You didn't even tell us this one was a radical feminist online community. It was just a community of women at first. After Megalia began restricting the use of homophobic and transphobic slurs. I think Chihuahua always pissy and acting big, but they're fucking tiny fat. Oh, facts, bro. But fucking these are the TERFs, bro. The WOMADs are the TERFs. Woman mad. That's what that means. WOMAD. The name refers to its defining 4 tenets, which all start with the Korean language term bi. Can I hear how that's pronounced in Korean? Roughly meaning no. Its proponents do not date, get married, have sex, or have children with men. Excuse me. In the United States, interest in 4B increased after the re-election of Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential race. Why? Who the fuck in the United States knew about this and was like, that's a good idea? Social media videos primarily reflected the idea that men had voted against women's rights by voting for Trump. In South Korea, a portion of its members, particularly those associated with the openly misandric WOMAD, were described as transphobic and homophobic. So, what the fuck? Why were they doing it in South Korea? First off. And second off, wouldn't South Korea's fucking birth rate like severely declined? Look at this shit. Let's see. 2010 sharp drop. Swoop. 2010 came, swoop. Still going down. Worst it's ever been. 0.78. 0.78. They're doomed. Whoa, cry about it then. Hell yeah. Cry me a river, bitch. Come on, man. Since 2005, the feminist activist group Uni Network has promoted Bihon as a political agenda to challenge the centrality of the heteronormative family model of marriage in Korea. They sought to replace Mihon, not married, with the more neutral term, Bihon, single. What the fuck? Bikosan, South Korea has the lowest birth rate in the world. And then you gonna stop having kids, bro. Bro, yeah, you was right, Ninja. Lowest in the world, with the fertility rate at just 0.7. Each South Korean woman on average will have fewer than one child in her lifetime. This is significantly below the 2.1 threshold required to maintain a country's population. The country's birth rate has been below replacement since 1983, while the 4B movement originated in 2010s, making it likely that the low birth rate is due to economic insecurity experienced by young adults, high child rearing costs, and property prices in the country's deeply ingrained patriarchal culture. Why would the deeply ingrained patriarchal culture fucking contribute to low birth rates? These factors contribute to women's reluctance to embrace traditional roles of marriage and motherhood. Stop beating your bitches, South Korea. Quit smacking your bitches. You know what I'm saying? Give them a love tap a little bit and they get out of line. No, I'm just fucking. Stop smacking your bitches, South Korea. Quit it. Get some help. Maybe they'll get you some. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll get some. Stop smacking them up. Having the world's lowest fertility rate, the South Korean government has adopted pro-nationalist policies aimed at incentivizing an increase in childbirths, such as stipends for new parents, increased maternal and paternal leave, and child care subsidies. A 2002 survey reveals that 65% of women, compared to 48% of men, do not want children. Almost half the men don't want kids. What the fuck? North Korea, on me. North Korea about to just walk in there. After a little bit, give it like shit, 20, 30 years, bro. They about to just walk in there and take over that shit. That's what they waiting for, bro. They turning all the lights off. You know what I'm saying? They just chilling. They in the Trojan horse. They waiting. As soon as it's like fucking 50 people left, they just gonna walk over there, fucking turn all the lights back on and celebrate. They're gonna have a big ass party. Fucking, we did it. We got it. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? Billionaire. Romance and bisexual sexual relationships. Women of the 4B movement additionally refuse romance and sexual relationships because they see it as an extension of the patriarchal family structure. By embracing singlehood, they criticize the view of pro-natalist state, the female reproductivity as a resource for the nation's future. By embracing singlehood, they criticize that the view of the pro-natalist state that the female... Okay, so why... So embracing singlehood, so y'all want to have babies by a whole bunch of dudes? So no romance, no sexual relationships. What are y'all talking about? By embracing singlehood, they criticize the view. Oh, but you are. You are, and you see that, right? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you have the lowest birth rate in the world. How else you gonna get the birth rate up but by having birth? You dumb bitches. You know what I mean? What the fuck are we talking about here? Young Se-young and Bakhana. I probably fucking fucked both of those up, but two proponents criticized marriage as reinforcing gender roles in South Korea. The movement draws some amount of inspiration from the novel Kim Ji-young, born in 1982, a former scriptwriter for TV programs, as do South Korea's Me Too, another Me Too movement active in South Korea since the late 2010s. Escape the corset movements. The 4B claimed to have 4,000 members in 2019. Don't care about none of that. So let's see the history of the 4B movement. The term 4B emerged manufacturing humans. Yeah. The term 4B emerged from Korean feminist circles on Twitter around 2017 to 2018 after a highly publicized 2016 murder of a woman by a man. The murderer, who said he did it because women had ignored him, has not charged with a hate crime. The 4B movement was also a reaction to social media content, including a misogynistic social media platform, Lib Storehouse, also known as a South Korean internet forum that was predominantly far-right user base, okay, which grew in prominence in 2014. So it was like if that Rogers dude, or you know I'm talking about, that incel dude had did what he did, and then like if Americans reacted to that shit. You know what I mean? The first 4B groups articulated their principles on the Korean feminist wiki site FemiWiki, where they originally defined 4B as the motto of radical feminists, which means non-marriage, non-procreation, non-relationship, non-sex. The 4B movement gained broader recognition on Twitter in 2019 and through various feminist social media accounts. One notable feature of the 4B movement, as with other Korean digital feminist movements, is that members often identify themselves as anonymous women, as it is conventional not to disclose personal details online. It could be a whole psyop. It could be your government, bro. You know what I'm saying? It could be anybody. Cloning legalization in Korea coming soon. Big facts. You got to, bro. You gotta have the what are they? The little womb machines that they was building in the Middle East. They're gonna be their biggest customers. You know what I'm saying? They better go to China and get some CRISPR too. Get some super soldiers, cause North Korea breathing down their fucking neck, boy. You know what I'm saying? Shit. This digital movement functions as an online community where women engage in open discussion about navigating and envisioning a future without men. It serves as a platform for women to vent their frustrations and concerns about living in a conservative society while fostering a sense of solidarity. Additionally, the platform aims to motivate and inspire women to protest against dating, engaging in sexual relationships, getting married, and having children through a robust online presence. The movement seeks to raise awareness and recruit more advocates to amplify its impact. Although the exact membership remains uncertain, some unverified estimates suggest a range of 500 to 4,000 claimed participants. So what's the population of South Korea? Golly, 51 million. What's the woman population? 25 million. So not a lot. I mean, I suppose that's a lot for 25 million. You know, that's kind of a big group of people. So as for United States, after the 2024 United States presidential election, in which Donald Trump won a second term, some American women decided to join the 4B movement as a form of protest against Trump's election, his alleged sexual assaults, and his support for laws banning abortion. Shortly after the election was called, TikTok videos mentioning 4B were viewed hundreds and thousands of times, and Google searches about it spiked about 450%. American women have called the movement the Four No's and Lysistrata. Lysistrata is an ancient Greek comedy by Aristophanes. Originally performed in classical Athens in 411 BC, it is a comic account of a woman's extraordinary mission to end the Peloponnesian War between Greek city-states and denying all the men of the land any sex. Jeez Louise. It's crucial. See, the 4B movement is meant to serve as a direct opposition to South Korea's patriarchal state and combat its pro-natalist policies, which view women's bodies as reproductive abilities as tool for the state's future. Feminists who engage in the 4B movement are known to actively resist the various ways in which gendered expectations are enforced in a conservative society, specifically related to child rearing, relationships, and employment. The resistance involves not only withdrawing from dating, but also rejecting prevalent gendered beauty standards and their associated consumerist practices in South Korea. In a conservative and traditional society, alternate forms of protest in the 4B movement include defying rigid beauty norms and traditional gendered expectations by shaving heads and choosing not to wear bras. While 4B advocates aspire to instigate societal change through in-person demonstrations, online activism, and by exemplifying an alternative lifestyle for other women, their focus is not on changing the perspectives of men as they are seen as oppressors. Wow. Fucking wow, bro. My thing is, so you want men to build this society of comfort for you. You know what I mean? You want to sit in a house with air conditioning. You want all the makeup you can get, what you need petroleum for. Who gonna get that out the earth? You know what I mean? You want air conditioning. You're gonna need an HVAC man for that. You want to shit in the toilet, and for it to go away, you're gonna need plumber. You're gonna need plumbing in the house. You're gonna need drywall. You're gonna need insulation to stay warm. You get the point. You want all this luxury, but men are so evil, and you don't want to contribute to society by doing the most amazing thing a woman could do and bringing more life into this world, more potential. You understand? More, like the child that you have could build a super energy source that can, end world hunger. You know what I mean? That can have everybody relatively comfortable and living like kings like we do. Your child could do anything in amazing ways. I mean, I understand maybe if you don't even want to have children, but with your whole population collapsing, for you to encourage women to not want to have children is absolute evil, in my opinion. Like, where's your sense of patriotism and national pride for your fucking heritage? You know what I'm talking about? It's fucking ridiculous. I don't understand. Sweater, what's going on, my G? How you doing, brother? How are you doing? But yeah, I got some shit on X to watch, man. I got some clips. We're gonna end out with some clips, just to kind of highlight the American version of 4B, which is surprisingly more retarded than the 4B that they got going on in Korea, bro. South Korea, to be more specific. Sweater, glad to see you in the chat, man. Beautiful, man. Getting your day started. Glad you're getting your day started with Fredo Fonzarelli. Welcome to the news. Watch it back. If you haven't seen it, we're going to educate you on what's going on in the world. Because this is world news with Fredo Fonzarelli. And my fucking internet is flipping the fuck out. Big buffer. Hold on, y'all. But Jessica, Travis for Trump, says apparently radical woke feminists are starting a 4B movement and not dating or talking to men while Trump is president. Personally, I think this is good news and saves men from future headaches dealing with these lunatics. See what they're talking about.
Just woke up this morning feeling spicy. You guys feel spicy? Because I do. All right. I don't know how to use this thing. Let's see what happens. Is this cutting off hair? I'm going to have to cut it shorter than that. Buzz it down, right? I think that this
You don't even know how to use the clippers.
It's getting hair. Let's see here.
If she got sons, she ain't never even cut their hair. She wouldn't even be able to cut her son's hair.
Right?
You know what I mean? Come on,
fuck
man.
Coloring my hair. Fuck having my hair be long and luxurious.
Yeah, don't have a son.
Fuck being skinny. Fuck
You gonna have that nigga looking all patchy. You gonna have the kids making fun of their mother. Hey, Patches.
Clearly.
Did your mom cut your hair?
And I'm talking to you too. Those of you ladies who have the internalized misogyny required to do what you did. The minorities who are so scared of a woman in power that you'd rather cozy up to the white man just in case.
That's racist. The bitch said minorities.
Yes, scraps.
Fucking minorities.
I'm on my way. I'm gonna figure it out.
This bitch can't even cut her hair, bro.
This is taking too long.
I bet you she had the beginning guard on that didn't even have the fucking, that didn't even expose the razor at all.
It off because fuck you. That's why. You think I'm crazy? Me too.
Yeah, I think you're fucking insane, bitch.
We're crazy. So fucking crazy. You know what? It's been a day. It's been a year. It's been 9 years, 8 years, whatever it may be. Around this time, 8 years ago, was one of the worst times of my life.
This bitch is crazy, bro.
Not because of this. Don't get too excited. I'm just talking about regular life stuff I talk about on here. But trust me, I understand. I've heard the message loud and clear. We all
Oh
have.
man, boy.
Now women
Fucking nutbag, dude.
refuse to participate. Sorry, if you're a man, I will not be responding to you. If you are a man, I will not be talking to you. I am going to be promoting the 4B movement.
Yeah, get your ass in the gym while you're at it. Come on, bud.
Better scissors. My hair. Cutting it all off. Probably painting a target on my back.
Looking like Krusty the Clown,
We
bro.
live in a
Come on.
state right now that has all of our rights still. And we voted out Brandon Williams. Fuck that guy. Back to Texas. From whence he came. We also voted yes on Prop 1.
What state is Brandon Williams from?
Equal right protections in the New York State Constitution. So we did that at least. I don't know what the other fuckers are doing. But I don't know, man. We are embarrassing on the world
Exactly,
stage.
Ninja.
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Seriously? Oh, I've never had short hair before. Ever. It's kind of fun. All right, we're just going to keep chopping away here because this is literally
Kind of fun.
if I don't cut all the hair off. You know why? I'm not going to dye it anymore. I'm going to try and grow it out anymore. I'm not going to style it anymore. Fucking done.
Bro,
I will
grab the
not be giving
clippers.
my money to the beauty industry
Get the
anymore.
clippers back. Give it another go, bro.
To anyone that helps
Pop that
support
guard off of there. You're gonna be
misogyny
all right.
and the patriarchy and keeping women down and making women think that we need to look a certain way or be a certain way or fuck you. Fuck you. Women, fucking stop dating men. Stop having sex with men. Stop talking to men. Divorce your husbands. Leave your fucking boyfriends. Leave them. They don't give a shit about you. And I promise you, come over to this side.
I'm not gonna cap though. Y'all can't see my mouse, but she got a perfect edge. You can give her a tight ass fade, bro. Big ass forehead. You can fucking line that shit up clean, boy.
I will bake cookies. I will shave your head if you want me to, depending on how this turns out. Do a little more.
Bitch, you can't even shave your own head. Like, what the fuck is you talking about, bitch? Come on.
Oh, don't cut your
He said, I'll shave your head if you want me to. Bitch, shut up, bitch.
Just entering my middle-aged mom era. About to get the clippers out.
Come on, man. Come on, man. This is crazy as fuck. Next, we got Charlie Kirk. Y'all know the boy. This fucking guy. Radical lib women are melting down over Donald Trump's landslide victory, saying they will join the 4B movement and refuse to date men, get married, have sex with men, or have children. See, I told you Donald Trump would be the most pro-life president in history.
The first question I'm asking everybody in my life from this moment forward, who did you vote
My bad,
for?
y'all.
If I get anything aside from Kamala, get the out of my face. I am done, honestly. It cost me $0 to cut people off. And in this economy, I'm taking all the free shit I can get. The
That's
first
crazy.
question I'm asking everybody in my life.
That's absolutely insane. But she wasn't even talking about joining the 4B
And in
movement.
this
I don't even know what you're talking
economy,
about. But to cut off like personal relationships over politics is fucking crazy, bro. You know what I mean? And honestly, like,
Donald Trump is president, and I think
I lost
all
my
women
train of
should
thought.
stop.
Sorry,
Donald
y'all.
Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years. In protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency health care, you're fucked and you're gonna die. I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree?
That's wrong.
This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the handmaid's tale, then us women need to...
That mustache is crazy.
This is some buttery bullshit. Donald Trump is president.
Buttery bullshit. That mustache is wild. That mustache is some buttery bullshit.
taking all the free shit I can get.
Alright, yo. Like, what the fuck? Look, though.
Donald Trump is president and fucked, and you're gonna die.
What did she
I
say?
think that is...
See, she said this shit.
And you're gonna
And I hear this shit all the time.
Trouble and use protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble,
But miscarriage care has never been... A miscarriage has never been considered fucking... an abortion. You know what I mean? So I don't understand where they're getting this line from. And I've heard that, like, a lot. Like, a lot. It's kind of ridiculous.
I'm gonna be
Kinda
honest, I
fucked
was
up.
very blindsided by the results this morning. I was very blindsided by the results this morning. I've decided that cigarettes don't count today, and I honestly might go get a tattoo. But I also have decided that for the next 4 years, I am going to abstain from schmex with men. And funny enough, I actually just broke up with my boyfriend a handful of days before the election, and it had nothing to do with the anticipation of Donald Trump winning this election. It had everything to do with problems within our relationship. And
medically it is sweater, but is it legally? I wouldn't think one could, you know what I mean? I don't think that would be enforceable, you know? I don't think you're gonna get arrested for a fucking miscarriage unless, like, you know what I mean? You got some crazy drugs in your system and, like, it was induced by your own will. You know what I'm talking about?
massive differences between who we were as people, which was unfortunate and sad. I wish him well, though. But yeah, as a woman, my bodily autonomy matters, and this is my way to exercise sovereignty over that. So I highly encourage any other women that are single, and care about progressing women's rights and still fighting for our bodily autonomy, to do the same. Delete your dating apps, because
it's crazy.
We can come together in community, and if you need somebody to cuddle or hold your hand or give you a kiss, I bet you one of your girlfriends would do it, okay? And you don't even have to really be gay, okay? It's okay to have a lot of platonic love for the next 4 years. I think we can look to South Korea and the 4B movement as a point of inspiration for us.
Okay, why are y'all so retarded? Like, what? Now I feel like the Jackie Chan meme, you know? What? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, we just looked at this. South Korea got the literal lowest birth rate in the country. Bro, not the lowest birth rate in the county. Or in the country. In the world. Nigga. The whole world. World news with Fredo Fonzarelli. Come on, man. We gonna follow their example? Get out of here. Stop it. Get some help.
4 years.
Stop it. I said. Can I just full screen this?
All I have to say.
Off the jump.
All I have to say is
All
good luck
I
getting
have
laid.
to say.
Especially in Florida, because me and my girlies are participating in the 4B movement. That's my next plan. So
Facts,
get
that's what's
fucking
up.
serious. All I have to say is good luck
I mean,
getting
shit,
laid.
abstain, please, bro. Like,
And protection of your
get married, then have 5 kids, you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna be horny
bodies.
as a
As
fucking
we know,
rabbit, bro.
If that little baby inside
Bro,
you
please shut the fuck up. Please. Alright, and I've seen, I see a lot of pushback from right wing talking about, you know what I mean? Y'all are so retarded, like this is exactly what we wanted. But there's also pushback from a different minority. We're talking about not even a minority, but cancer patients, people with illnesses, and people with alopecia who have lost hairs. There's several more clips, but I just grabbed these pictures for us to look at. They kind of feel some type of way about it. You know what I mean? Because women are shaving their hair to become unsightly so that men aren't attracted to them. You know what I mean? So women who have been through chemotherapy or that have alopecia or some other sickness or something that could have caused you hair loss are like, so are we not attracted to men, or attractive to men? Like, do men not want us to? Like, I don't understand. So this woman, I've seen her make an actual video TikTok. I wish I could find it, but it's kind of heart-wrenching, you know, because these ladies go through so much. They still want to be seen as, you know, attractive, or they still want to feel wanted. But and there was even one with a kid, like a little kid, and she's like, well, these women are making them shave their head to feel unattractive. Meanwhile, women are shaving their heads just to make their kid feel related to somebody. You know what I mean? Because they're going through chemotherapy and they don't understand. Like, they got to go through the world without hair. All their friends got hair. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But so this woman says, to the women shaving their head for the 4B movement, you say you're shaving your head so men won't want you, But does that mean that men shouldn't want women that have struggled with hair loss due to alopecia or chemo? Your actions are very selfish, and it's only affecting the women that have struggled with hair loss. Should we not be able to feel loved by a man? Should men not want us because we're bald? So please, before you go, shave your head. Think of women. Please, before you go, shave your head. Think of women who have went through traumatic experiences losing their hair, learning how to love ourselves again, allowing others to love us, and actually feeling loved by others. Y'all are doing the work bald women have worked so hard on. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Word to Jada Pinkett Smith. You know what I'm saying? Dudes will still fucking, oh my God, they will. Bro, man, forgive me. I didn't even, something I need to quit. But facts, ninja. Dudes will still go and get that. Because they're fucked up individuals, bro. Dogs. Dogs and simps. But with that said, I have reached the end of my newsreel. Like I said, I intend to make this a weekday installment every day after I get off work, because that's when everybody wakes up, trying to give y'all the news first thing in the morning, just the news I catch overnight. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you like gaming, I'll be gaming on the weekends, playing Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy, about to start some Dungeons and Dragons if I can find enough players. If you want to play some Dungeons and Dragons, join the Discord down below. Well, with that said, this has been World News with Fredo Fonzarelli, and I am your host, Fredo Fonzarelli. Good night.